Good day, classmates! Today, we will learn about direct, partitive, and inverse proportion. Let's begin! On a map, two cities are 6 inches apart. If 2 inches on the map represents 25 kilometers, how far apart are the cities? With this, we can say that the more inches they are apart, the more kilometers there is. Meaning that when the inches increases, the kilometers should increase as well. This is an example of a direct proportion. But what is a direct proportion? In a direct proportion, as one quantity increases, the other quantity also increases at the same rate and vice versa. Meaning, when quantity A increases, quantity B also increases, or when quantity A decreases, quantity B decreases as well. Now let's try to solve the problem. To solve a direct proportion, we first should identify the quantities used in the problem. Here, we have the number of inches and the number of kilometers. Now let's make a table. It is given that 2 inches represents 25 kilometers on the map and that the two cities are 6 inches apart. Now, how far apart are the two cities? In the meantime, let's put n. Now, let's make a proportion. We have 2 over 25 equals 6 over n. Now, let's try to find the missing term. To find the missing term, we are going to use a cross multiplication method. 2 times n equals 2n. But we are only writing 2 instead. 25 times 6 equals 150. Now let's divide. 150 divided by 2 equals 75. That means the cities are 75 kilometers apart. Now, let's solve the next problem. It takes 4 men 6 hours to repair a road. How long will it take 8 men to do the job if they work at the same rate? With this problem, we can say that when the number of men increases, the number of hours should decrease. This is an example of an inverse proportion. But what is an inverse proportion? In an inverse proportion, one quantity increases as the other quantity decreases at the same rate and vice versa. Meaning, when quantity A increases, quantity B decreases, or when quantity A decreases, quantity B increases. Now, let's try to solve the problem. To solve an inverse proportion, we need to identify the quantities used in the problem. Here, we have the number of men and the number of hours. It is given that 4 men takes 6 hours to repair a road. But how long will 8 men take to do the job? We don't know yet, so let's put n. Next, we need to set up a proportion as indirect by interchanging the position of n horizontally. Now let's find the missing term. 4 times 6 equals 24. n times 8 equals 8. Now let's divide. 24 divided by 8 equals 3. So the answer is 3 hours. That means 8 men takes 3 hours to repair a road. Now let's go to our last problem. In a class of 40, the ratio of boys to girls is 3:5. How many are girls? How many are boys? In this problem, we need to divide 40 by the ratio of the boys and girls given. This is an example of a partitive proportion. In a partitive proportion, a whole is divided into parts that is proportional to the given ratio. Now let's try to solve the problem. The first step to solve a partitive proportion is to find the sum of the given ratio. In this problem, the ratio is 3:5. Let's add the numbers. 3 plus 5 equals 8. The second step is dividing the base by the sum. The base is the number of students in the class, which is 40. Let's divide 40 by the sum 8. 40 divided by 8 equals 5. Now let us multiply each quantity by the quotient. 5 times 3 equals 15 for the boys. Next, 5 times 5 equals 25 for the girls. Now let's check if our answer is correct. Let us add the number of the boys and the girls. 15 plus 25 equals 40. Correct! That means there are 15 boys and 25 girls in a class of 40. That's it! Were you able to learn about direct, inverse, and partitive proportion? Me too! Until next time, bye!